was Dan and Tony, because you played for Dan and Tony, and George Carl practically the same, because Dan and Tony likes that run and shoot too, right?
Right.
So it's almost similar type.
It's very similar. Only thing is like D'Antoni, everything is off pick and roll with D'Antoni. You know, he's big on the pick game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where George is more, it's pick, but his is more like pick and transition, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? But their philosophy is pretty much the same. The way D'Antoni plays, if you're a point guard that can pass, you should be able to get 10 assists a game. You know what I'm saying? If you think about like Duan always is averaging 9, 10 assists because he keeps the floor so spread. And I think, you know, George Karl point guards, you know, Ty Lawson started to have that same kind of success once Melo left.
That's true.
Because Melo wasn't in the paint no more. You know, or in the mid post, you know, demanding the ball.
Okay. And you Orlando, you went to Orlando Magic after that?
Nothing.
That's where you wanted to go. You thought they were going to draft you. Now you...
Nah, hell no, I didn't want to go there. That was because Dwight Howard wanted to get traded, and then it was like a 4-way.
So that was like a quick in and out thing, right?
Yeah, I got thrown in there. But this is when I had my knee surgery and had staph infection. So they didn't think I was going to be able to play anymore. So I was really a throw-in down there, right? And once again, to my point, you know, the general manager down there, his name was Rob Hennigan, and, you know, he was younger than me, bro. So, like, the general manager, I was 33 years old. The general manager they signed there was 32 or 31 years old. Right. So, to be honest and just keeping it all the way real, I know way more about basketball than he did. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now I got this guy being my allegedly boss and not allowing me to be around the team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which made no sense. I'm like, you know, I've never had like a history of being a bad guy. So why wouldn't you want me around the players? You know what I'm saying? And he did everything to keep me away from the players, which I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And so that's why I always say like that year that I was there was just like non-existent. Non-existent. You know, the coach was what's the coach name?
It was non-existent. You don't even remember the coach name?
What's his name? He coached in Brooklyn now. Vaughn. What is it?
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about. His name.
Can't remember his name, but yeah, that was my coach, and even him, I'm like, you an ex-player, and you know, but once again, he ain't know he's a first-year coach. You know what I'm saying? Just taking orders. So that's I always try to forget my time in Orlando.
Do you forget your time with the Wizards also?
No, Wizards was cool.
Why?
Wizards was cool because you know I was able to go there. They allowed me to be a veteran leader. You know what I'm saying? We helped them get in the playoffs. You know, we had a team that we felt was a playoff team. We got started off on the wrong foot, mainly because, you know, John and Nene, they had a lot of friction or whatever. But, you know, me and Trevor Ariza was able to call a meeting where we kind of allowed everybody to say what they had to say. Right. And it was like, you know, we got to fight, whatever, but let's just get it all out on the table. And that's what we did. We sat in the room for an hour and a half and pointing fingers and this and that.
Clear the air.
We walked out the room on the same page.
Right. And sometimes that's needed, and that's why you have that veteran player.
That's why you need the veteran, because I'm telling you, and it's funny because even with that, you know what I'm saying, I felt like, you know what I'm saying, I should have been treated better for doing that because we saved jobs. Right. Because Randy Whitman would have been fired after that year. You know what I'm saying? Possibly some of the front office people. Right. And it was just like what we did was kind of unnoticed. Right. You know which wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. One thing I learned about this shit, man, is a business. Right. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to do whatever's good for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, you know, I tell these young guys, like, don't be loyal to no organization because they're not going to be loyal to you. Let's just keep it real. You know
so you, when LeBron did what he did and everybody was mad at him, you were one of the people to say, you know, it's a business.
Do what's good for you, bro. They're going to do what's good for them. These owners, they billionaires, and, you know what I'm saying, these front office people, you know, as soon as you can't do something for them, they're going to turn their back on you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and, you know, they fake it in the beginning. They act like they care. They usually have, you know, some lady who's like the liaison between you and the organization. And, you know, I would say they care, right? Because they deal with you every day. They know about your family life and all that. But it's all a front.
Team mama.
Yeah, it's all a front. You know what I'm saying? It's all about, you know, what have you done for me lately? Right. And, you know, if you feel like you want to go to another organization and you're going to be happy there, do it. You know, my only thing I will say is the only thing I don't like is when the guys leave, you know, 30, 40, $50 million on the table to move to another team. And the only reason why I say that is because a lot of us, you know, are first generation money, right? And at the end of the day, all of us got to have family members that need stuff, right? And we always tell them, and we're always in a position where we got to tell them no and different things like that. I'm like, sacrifice a year of your life to make an extra $40 million and give it to your people if you don't care. You know what I'm saying? But like leaving that money on the table for them organizations to keep, I'm not rolling with that. I don't understand why they do that.
Do some of the players are they leaving the money on the table because the organization they just can't deal with the headache, like how it's frustrating?
I don't think so.
Or
you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been around, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, like, a lot of times they always say they leaving because they don't like the city, they don't like this, they don't like that, blah, blah, blah. We travel all the time, right? You got enough money, you can bring any kind of environment you want right to your doorstep.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, and the teams aren't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're that type of star, you know what I'm saying? You're not having issues like of the 15th man. Those are the guys that are miserable. You know what I'm saying? Right. They're still catering to every and anything you want as being the dude. You understand what I'm saying? So I just, like I said, that's the one thing that I just haven't been able to wrap my head around is like, like I think Paul George did it best, right? Paul George, he obviously hated Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma City is not really a city like that, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? But what he did was he signed his mega extension. He got all his money. And then he actually get traded 12 months later. You know what I'm saying? Now he got all his bread. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the better way to do it than going to take a 4-year contract and leaving $40 million. I don't know.
You actually missed all this big payouts they're giving right now, 200, 190 million, 90 million guarantee and stuff like that. What you thought you would have been getting right now?
I mean it's funny because you got to think about it. Like when I got my first contract was $24 million. And, the Dale Davis brothers was like, damn, I wish I was a little younger. You know what I'm saying? It's part of it.
Right.
It's just part of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure Magic is saying the same thing, too, because what do you got, like $1 million a year for 25?
20. It was like the biggest contract ever.
At the time. We was like, Magic got $1 million a year.
John Havlicek and all them probably was like, damn, could you imagine? You
know
what I'm saying?
Right. So it happens.
So it just happens. It's part of it. You know what I'm saying?
You can't let that get to you.
Yeah, the game is growing. There's nothing you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to go have some sons. Wish the best with them. Hopefully they can recoup some of it.
You went to overseas to play. How's that? Like,
that was an experience. I just wasn't done hooping at the time. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those things where I felt like I had something to prove, where I could at least show that I could still play. That the injury did not defeat me. So I went to China. After
Fujian was that?
Fujian. Yeah, after talking to Stephon Marbury. He convinced me that China was the play. I went over there. As I was landing into my city, I was like, oh, I ain't going to make it. I could just tell.
You're not going to do it.
I was like, I ain't going to make it. So I got there, went to the hotel, I'll never forget, went to lunch. The hotel I was staying at was terrible. The lunch was terrible. I was like, all money ain't good money. So I tried to tough it out, but I played. I ended up playing 9 games. I ended up being over there for 56 days. Or whatever total, and played 9 games in that amount of time.
Was that frustrating for you, like just being over there, like you do while you're sitting in a game, like I don't want to kept on in your head, like
no, so it wasn't. I wasn't that miserable, right? It was more of like just the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like the food, the language, just
it's a whole culture shock.
It's just different, right? Funny that when I got back home a week later, I missed it, and what I missed about it was the playing. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like playing in the games was like playing in high school again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it was like no politics. Yeah. You didn't have to get this guy this many shots. You didn't have to. It was just we just played basketball. Right. You know what I'm saying? And obviously I was the center of it. You know what I'm saying? So when I got back, I had called Steph and I was like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have left. He's like, I told you this was fun. I told you it was fun. And I was like, yeah, it's fun, but I just, whatever.
He's a man over there, so you
he's a coach now.
Right, he's a coach over there. So was that the same team that he was?
No, he coaches like the B team. That's not the B team, but they're in the main league, but they're like the North Beijing team compared to his team.
Okay, and did you feel that love that he gets over there? Like,
I wasn't there long enough, and then my organization wasn't that good, and they weren't like they didn't have like a big basketball following at the time, just because they just ran the organization so bad. You know, our general manager was this girl named Ricky, and she knew nothing about hoop. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever somebody would send her an article, she would get excited about it. One of those type situations. So it wasn't really set up. And that's why I said all of those things kind of were factored for me. You know what I'm saying? Where I was just like, I can't deal with this. I'd rather leave.
How was Sydney?
Sydney was dope. Great experience. It was funny. It was on me and my wife's bucket list to go to Australia. So it was like, cool, I'm actually get paid to go.
Right. Let me go over there. Come on, let me go over there and live and play.
Yeah, went there, played 6 games while Josh Childress was out with a broken hand, and had fun. I think we won 2 out of the 6 games while I was there. So funny. I'm flying back home, and the day I leave, they had a game that day. So Josh's first game back. And like in the middle of my flight, I get a text, Josh broke his other hand when I come back. Wow. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I had my vacation already, right?
Like, I'm good, bro. I'm gone.
Wow.